Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, all praise is due to Allah, the most merciful and the most compassionate, the one who takes care of all affairs, from the smallest moments to the greatest trials. May peace and blessings be upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Dear brothers and sisters, in this short video entitled The Heart's Journey to Tranquility, I would like to invite you all to collectively reflect on how every hardship, every blessing, and every challenge all come from Allah's wisdom, by His power, and for purposes known fully only to Him. We can find peace by understanding that everything happens by Allah's will, from His wisdom, and serves His divine purpose. This realization brings tranquility to the heart in every situation. As a fellow Muslim, I understand that we all have our own struggles. Whether as students, as teachers, as parents, as children, or simply as human beings, no one is exempt from the trials of life. As stated in Quran Surah Al-Anbiya verse 35 as follows. I would like to share some of personal Bridges life challenges, which I believe many of you can relate to. This is not lecture or teaching session because I'm still far from perfect myself. This video instead is for us to learn and reflect together on how to respond to these situations. First is when taking exams. This point is dedicated to my students and all test takers, whether it be university entrance exams, final exams, job placement exams, and any other tests that could make us extremely nervous. Dear brothers and sisters, feeling nervous is natural and inevitable because we have set our expectations for ourselves that we must pass the exams with high grades if possible. However, if we do not manage our nervousness, it may lead to our own destruction, such as unnecessary stress, and then hinder our performance. It's also essential to stay calm and not let anxiety overwhelm us, remembering that both success and failure are part of Allah's plan. Let's turn to Allah with dua and recite Quranic verses that bring comfort and clarity. My high school teacher once told me, for the peace of mind and ask for easiness, you can recite Quran Surah Al-Inshirah. Now, let's take the time to understand and reflect on the meaning of each verse in this beautiful Surah Al-Inshirah. Alam nashrah laka sadrak. Have we not uplifted your heart for you, O Muhammad? Wa wada'na anka wizrak. Relieved you of the burden. Alladhi anqadha dhahrak. Which weighed so heavily on your back. وَرَفَعْنَا لَكَ ذِكْرَكَ, and elevated your renown for you. فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا, so surely with hardship comes ease. إِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا, surely with that hardship comes more ease. فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ فَانصَبْ, so once you have fulfilled your duty, strive in devotion. Wa ila rabbika farghab, turning to your Lord alone with hope. As you have noticed, the sentence Inna ma'al usri yusra, meaning indeed with hardship comes ease, is repeated directly in the Quran. This repetition carries a deep and powerful message of hope, reassurance, and a divine promise from Allah. This verse teaches us that when facing difficulties, we should not only rely on our efforts, but also strengthen our connection with Allah. I personally have been practicing this dua for years since high school, and it has helped me a lot in facing exams. Alhamdulillah, even though the challenges are difficult, I'm still able to remain calm because I trust that Allah will help me through them. The second point is experiencing disasters, losses, and rejection. Dear beloved brothers and sisters, sometimes we experience disasters, let's say earthquakes, floods, or accidents, or we lose loved ones, whether family members, friends, or even pets. This life test can be extremely hard to accept. In moments like this, we tend to fall into despair and find ourselves questioning, Ya Allah, why does this have to happen to me? Similarly, rejection is something we all face at some point in life. Being denied admission to school, being rejected from scholarship application, being rejected from a job opportunity we had always dreamed of, failing an exam, and rejected from anything that I'm sure everyone has experienced in some stage of your life. In such moments, we tend to condemn the situation and even question our own worth. Why do I keep failing despite the countless efforts and prayers we have made? However, dear brothers and sisters, as believers, we should keep in mind that hardships are part of our life and that everything happens by the will of Allah. Once again, here I'd like to share some prayers and supplications that help me stay positive. Some of the most familiar ones include La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, meaning there is no might nor power except with Allah. Another powerful supplication is Rabbi shrahli sadri wa yassirli amri, meaning my Lord, expand for me my chest and ease for me my task. It's from Surah Toha, verse 25 to 26. Additionally, we can recite Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil, meaning sufficient for us is Allah and He is the best disposer of affairs. It's from Surah Ali Imran, verse 173. These three short supplications hold very deep and powerful meaning if we recite them sincerely and wholeheartedly, trusting Allah that everything happens by His will and that He knows what is best for us. We must understand that failure and sadness do not mean the end, but rather serve as lessons and steps towards something better that Allah has planned for us. Overall, Allah is Al-Jabbar, meaning the one under whose dominion nothing happens except that which He willed. Dear brothers and sisters, this brings us to the end of my short video. I sincerely hope that whenever we experience trials, be it the stress of exams, the pain of loss, the shock of disasters, or the sting of rejection, may our hearts find tranquility only when we remember that everything is from Allah, by Allah, and for Allah alone. By reciting those du'as and supplications, as well as understanding their meanings wholeheartedly, inshallah, Allah will help us, just as He promised in Surah At-Taubah, verse 40. The last but not least, may we always turn to Him in every trial and find tranquility in His presence. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.